Beautiful day, gold up, huge, just what we needed to clear this level. It was really 4,000 and let's say 50. A close above that would be sufficient to take us all the way up here. We really outdid it, 4,100 and something. We do not have much to go until the second line. It's like 1% from here, 4,150. You close above that, maybe 4,160 something, but there's no resistance until, 4,360, the all-time highs. So gold looks brilliant. And really, this is only one day after the big rally post-shutdown, if that's really what it was. Silver outperformed it, same sort of chart now, but it's got further to go until it meets its second last line, 4%, basically what it did today. That's a big move. I don't know if it will get there. I mean, gold's more likely to get to its 4,160 before silver gets to 52.5. So you'll probably have silver, I don't know, maybe 52 at best, and then start to struggle because by then gold's definitely, if it's reached its resistance, that's the next level. And after that's all-time highs. Now it's starting to look really good. A lot of people thinking we're going to go lower, lower. It's obviously we can fail here, come back down, blah, blah, but it looks really good. I mean, why did we correct? Because we were overbought, big flush, and now it looks good again. And I reckon we're going to test the all-time highs. I just feel like we'll go up here, maybe sideways a bit, basically up here, sideways, and then maybe down, up, something like that. Otherwise, we're just going to sort of do it quicker, you know? But, and it's not going to take that long because things move quickly these days. But silver looks good. Gold is even easier I mean, it's easier to make the all-time high because we're there pretty much tonight, probably, right? We'll test that. We'll come back down. We could start to break out while silver starts to run towards 52. I don't know. I just feel like it's doable. You could do this in 1 or 2 good days, and we've just had one great day. So, and we closed the all-time highs. Looks like we wanted to continue, but we ran out of time. So, GDX, very nice also into the gap. It should really close the gap with gold, but maybe gold, makes its little 1% move tomorrow and then comes back down before the market opens. I don't know, but pre-market, I think we should at least test this. And there you go. I mean, the miners, you have a bit more to do, which is fine. All the more profit to make on the way up. Because my portfolio is still, a bit down from the all-time high. So if we were all the way up here with GDX, I'd be a bit not concerned. We're going to make new highs, but I would realize that I've underperformed, in what I hold overall against the ETFs, the mining ETFs. But here, a big over 10% move, I think that's pretty good. You're going to make more in the other ones, the more junior ETFs. So yeah, this is my resistance. The gap fills 77.5, then maybe 80 is something, but then actually, it's a good point. It might just be one big move to the all-time highs. I'm going to delete this. I don't actually think it plays a role. That's GDX, GDXJ. Very nice pre-gap fill. So obviously next level is the gap fill. Maybe it can do that tomorrow if we have another green day. Whilst GDX completes its gap fill, this one's got more to do. But I think that is achievable stuff. 3%, no problem. And to all-time highs, a bit more makes sense. It's the juniors 15. I like that. That could bring me back to my all-time high portfolio, to be honest. And I should outperform because I sold on the way up and I bought little bits on the way down. So I should, but the thing is, I own like critical minerals and uranium. There's so many other sector stocks, so not as obvious. SILJ on the well, it's still nice 4%, but still hasn't reached its pre-gap. So, and I remember SILJ, was it? This is SIL, sorry. Okay, well, Silver had a good day. It's still underperforming overall. You could see that. It should be better than GDX. GDX is all the way up here in the middle of the gap. So I would still say silver's underperforming, but silver came down more. I think SILJ, same sort of thing as SIL, but that's nice actually. I can imagine SILJ outperforming SIL. So gap, how much? Because we're pretty close. We basically touched the resistance for the pre-gap, right? That's not much difference. Another five, another big day like today, and you filled the gap, and then you got 18, 20%. That's nice. Definitely at all-time highs with and we'll get to the portfolio. Actually, we'll go straight there now. Newmont. Good day, up almost 6%. Very nice day. And it was already quite strong, right? It was all the way up here sideways while some of the other ones are down there. So really nice jump, hitting its resistance just before 90. Okay, no. It's probably here actually. You know what? It's basically this. specifically. That's your level. And after that, clear skies, kind of. You need a nice big rally in the underlying metals, of course. But Newmont looks very good. Basically, one big move away from all-time highs. That's beautiful. That's outperforming. That's good. It's just what you want to see. Barrick. I didn't like the well, yeah, yeah, I didn't like the close. Would have been better if it closed near its all-time highs. It would have made it better. But still, 5% move in Barrick, and it's been really outperforming. Maybe better than Newmont, maybe not recently, but overall, really didn't drop that much. And here, we're not one big level away. We are half a level away from new all-time highs, clearly, right? I mean, we basically touched the all-time high today, 35.7, 36 is the level. It's the same thing. So like 4% move. A day like today, you'd go to new all-time, I mean, 52-week highs, of course. So Barrick 1 to 4, a Kaneko Eagle. 4% is good, but you can see it's a bit behind Newmont and Barrick, so one huge level away from all-time highs. But it's a Agnico Eagle, it's gonna make it. Still 10%. That's good because it's gonna make it, but it's a big level, so more money to make. And I think I'm quite happy about that actually. So and also closed quite nicely in its high of day and popped its head above this level. So for me, looks good. Let's see how far we climb tomorrow. I hope tomorrow's another green day. That would really help a lot of the charts. Pan American Silver, my heaviest holding all the time, and I added on the way down just in case it didn't hit the perfect little level. And beautiful day, 7.5%. Close the gap. This can go, or this we can just move it back to there. Beautiful stuff. Technically, you can see that level, touched it, close at high of day-ish. One big level away. How much a percentage move? So much money out of Pan America today. 13% good, just like Agnico. It's gonna run with silver. And I got a lot in this one. And it's a nice percentage move. I don't think there's two levels in here. I think there's just one. It doesn't mean it goes in one go, but it should steadily climb for 1 or 2 or 3 days and get there. I don't know. I don't know what to think of what happens next. We should keep going up tomorrow, but beautiful, ideal day for Pan American Silver. Wheaton, it's okay. 3 and a bit percent. Touched the level perfectly. Obvious level-ish, give or take 10. Plus, you got the ascending retest, and it's hit many times. So it's double resistance. Makes sense. 103-ish next level. If we can close above 103, for example, I think it's just one level. It's just another big move. They're basically one big level away, a lot of them, and another 10% above, more than 10% move to get there. Beautiful, you know. Franco Nevada. Actually, I don't know what this chart looks like. Pre-gap. So you basically got some who are at the one level away mark and some of them at the pre-gap. But pre-gap is a level, so it makes sense. Up 1.5%, not good. Close, not great. I looked so good the day before, Friday. But okay, yeah, one level there, maybe a descending level after that. It's basically, we didn't take this one out, so 1, 2, 3, 4, quite a lot. Percentage from its close, 15%, big, bit like a silver junior stock maybe. But okay, Franco Nevada, absolutely ideal, no problem holding that. And apparently post-market we're up here. I don't think I believe that. Metalla, poor close, only up 2.5%, but it didn't come down much. So overall, we're still not far away from all-time high, 52-week highs, but still, let's expect more weakness on the way up. 10%, and then you've got that little extra level. 16%. Yeah, some of them really have 15, 16%. Okay, whatever. Metalla, I didn't add on the way down on this one because it didn't come down enough, so I'm not too worried about a slow move back up. I am gold, beautiful. Now we've got two or three of these who had good news, let's say, earnings pretty much, but they were forced down because of the sector, and now we've gone up. Nice candle there on Friday, and then boom, only 5%. I would have expected more, but maybe it needs gold to. Nah, it should be all the way up. But anyway, we are into the last stretch, so one level left before 52-week highs. Not even 10%. It can do that in one good day. It could do it tomorrow, actually. Equinox, another one, just like I'm Gold, both had good news. So obviously this one, boom, boom, hit the last resistance, came back down, filled its own gap. Good, good close down Friday, and then boom, continuation. One small green day and we're there. This is not even a level. I mean, it is, but we're going to go straight through it if it's a green day. So it's really a small move to its 52-week high, 5%. That can be done tomorrow. B2 gold. Yeah, I've seen one or two stocks like this. Came down a lot because of bad news. Let's just say bad news. And because of that, couldn't really rally too much. To be honest, 4.5% is okay, but you can see how far away it is, which I guess is a good thing because all the more percentage move to go back up. But this one's going to encounter resistance, and it's not going to be there. Hmm, it's going to be hard. Let's see if we can do this because I don't expect too much of a run tomorrow. We had a big one today. If we're green tomorrow, 5% would be very good, be better than today. So I expect this level. I don't know if it's going to be there. It's probably going to be here just to be safe. That one, big. 4 levels to take. This will take a while to recover. That's if there's not some Mali news to just destroy it. And I told you this one is the one I want to sell on the way up. So, and I hardly sold anything today. I think I trimmed Barrack a tiny bit. Uh, and Heckler. Anyway, I'll get there. This one I will trim on the way up, but I expect a difficult path. But if it starts to make its move, the mines go to all-time highs, and this one really bounces strong, I'll start trimming early because I just not in the mood for B2 gold for the next year. I just don't need one of those, and the Mali the government decided to nationalize, and you're just like, why? I knew this was possible. It was, and I think it would go down on that news, even though it might be priced in. All right, B2 gold, don't want to spend too much on it, especially if I'm going to sell it. Harmony, uh, hmm. Not sure where the levels. I can see why I put that there, but this candle ruins it. Blah, blah, blah. Let's just do that. I'll leave a big level. I mean, that's your obvious resistance. 1850, 1849. Probably won't sell this. This one's a long-term harmony. Sort of bought it on dips twice here, once here. So I'll just leave it. I think eventually will go up with the price of, to new all-time highs or new 52-week highs. But yeah, resistance, pre-gap, post-gap, and then obviously the 52-week high. That's a long way away. Percentage move, 6 for that, more than 10 to complete it, almost 30 to go to 52-week highs. Aris Mining. This one had a good day. Didn't come down much. I didn't add this one because it didn't come down enough and others were better buys. But that's a big move. That's almost 10%, 9.5% went straight through this level. Doesn't count. Basically, next stop is the 52-week high, which is nice, which is not too far away from the close. Decent close too, not even 5%. So if there's another green day tomorrow, I expect us to closing near 52-week highs, possibly above it. And then just to remind you of the chart, and this is one that quite a few people like, but it's not that well known, I feel. Then it just goes wild. It can go wild. I don't know. So far since it entered that crazy zone, it's acted a bit wild, not too much. SPSW, that had a good move because commodities in general had a good move. Yes, we're in the one level left sort of zone. So we close at resistance. 15%. That for SPSW is doable in 2 decent days or one great day. But look at that. You take this out. Yeah, I remember this goes all the way up there. You take this out, you're starting to run towards 17. There might be something there. But we still need a one great day before we can start looking at the next levels. But then up there, huge. I think this will get to 20. And actually, I've been in it since then. I've trimmed on the way up as I usually do. I've bought one or two dips, but I haven't. I've still got probably 80 something percent of my core position, or maybe 70. But still, I expect to have at least 50 of my core position from down here, all the way at 20. And I've been buying little dips and selling pops, so I think it's been a great trade. All right, silver. First of all, First Majestic, not great because it's gone up pretty much the same as silver. It should be doing double. It should probably be. Where was the close on Friday? It was a good close too. I maybe 15% is a bit much, but I expected a bit more. Close is okay. It's still fallen a bit percent, but yeah, from the close now to go to the next level, it's a big one. It's a 10% move. It's doable. You could just wake up and make up for today's lackluster performance, but 10% is asking a lot. Then you're only at pre-gap, then post-gap, then all the way up. I guess it's cool because if silver's at 54 or 60 before the End of the year, I really expect this to be all the way up back here, and it technically should be higher. But yeah, 30% is actually quite good to see 30% from the 52-week high. That is a good thing, I think. Just want to see a strong chart, and I need another big move. Once we're at 13, then it looks good. Then it looks like a little continuation. We're back at 15. So first majestic, okay. CDE. Oh my God. This was so disappointing. Probably the worst performance. My favorite stock is slowly being replaced. I feel disloyal for saying that, but it's come down a lot. I mean, the chart is damaged, but still, you could sort of at least expect a nice bounce and then reclaim this 16, 17 zone and then go sideways. But it just closed at low of day, closed its own gap, up what, not even 1.5%. You know, if that's what it does on a silver plus 4% day, imagine we retrace 2% tomorrow or something. It's just gonna, I just feel like it wants to double bottom. Who knows, maybe go lower. I can't believe I'm saying this, especially if I think gold and silver are gonna keep grinding sideways up. But it just needs a, I don't know, maybe it needs a couple more days where it confirms and then it starts to look better and starts to outperform other stocks and it will go back up, but it's just too much damage. And I think people just took advantage and sold this, what let it down, the news. Very hard to see that, especially when you've got Heckler that did so well. I can't wait to go to Heckler, which is my new favorite. It's worth like, I don't know, 25% more than CD because CD's gone down. Heckler didn't go down that much. CD's hardly popped. Heckler has popped, and now it's just, I feel like it shouldn't be worth more. Anyway, down it goes, low of day. How much to the next level? 8% just to get there. And then 30, that's First Majestic going all the way back up to its 52-week highs. Just for CD to get to the pre-20 zone, pre-gap zone. And then, wow, 60%. And I think it's going to make it. You know, it might take a couple of weeks extra, but yeah, I think silver will go to 60, 60 something. CD needs to be all the way up here. And long term, this deal with NGD, New Gold, should really make it better from the little I know. So that's CDE, disappointing, but still a lot of love for that. Heckler, so it came down not as much as the others. Had good news, and then like Equinox and IM Gold had to give some back because of the sector drop, and I think it was the general market. Sort of double bottom confirmed its, resistance equals support, and then obviously today with a decent close on Friday, up we go. Makes sense. If there's any green day tomorrow, why would it not close above 1550? It probably will, which means we're on to the next. I need to start zooming out like 3%. That's easy. 1550 plus close, and you need to check the weekly chart. And I got a big screen too, and I've made the lines. Yeah, next stop up here, 1640-ish, then 18. Beautiful. And that's before silver is anywhere near its 54 price, you know, yearly high. So, I mean, heckler, any move tomorrow and then silver starts to go. If silver's at 54, honestly, we'll probably be above 18, right? And then it starts to look even wilder than the CD chart. And this is weekly. Amazing heckler. It's worth like, it's my first, yeah, first it's Pan America, then it's Barrick, then it's heckler. I only had CD sort of overtake the seniors in value. EXK is okay. Well, actually, 9 and a bit percent. That's very good. It was worth a lot more. So there's your close on Friday. It was worth 14, almost 15% at one point. Wow. But okay, 9 and a bit is nice. Okay, so next level is obviously 850 pre-gap. Can kind of say that it challenged it today. But tomorrow, another up day. Maybe we go test 850. It'd be difficult to imagine closing above 850 after a day like today because it's still a big percentage move, 7%. But yeah, close the gap, 12%, all the way to all 52-week highs, 30%. Very nice. So that's most of them. I'm not going to go through all the juniors and everything. Half of them aren't even here. It was a beautiful day for everyone, but I think we had a very good day. I'm not sure which commodity did best, but the miners for me were standout, amazing. So you can see different charts. Some of them are at their pre-gap, some of them are at that level before the 52-week high, some of them are a bit weak. It is what it is. Um, in the, individual charts for me. I always traded those rather than ETFs. You can get more out of them, I feel. But overall, I want to let the trade play out a bit more. I like sold three or four stocks, little nibbles, not much. I just feel like we can go higher. I think a lot of people expected us to go down and they got flushed out. A lot of buyers are below. Maybe they're going to realize, oh, it's not going to come down, and maybe they chase a bit, and that's all you need for that extra move up. And some of them don't need much to go to new 52-week highs. Others just to test their 52-week highs, and others to clean their chart a bit. So beautiful day. Let's see what happens tomorrow. I would love another green day, but even if it's a red day, I feel like we've done technical damage to the shorts, in silver and gold, and there's clear support. Prior resistance should be support, and it would be healthy anyway. So it's looking good.